Let's get that working. There we go. Okay, I'm glad I noticed that within like 10 seconds rather than doing that for 2 or 3 minutes. First things first, I realized that I am sitting in the dark currently. The power strip that I have all my stuff plugged into was like 30 years old, and it has decided to basically croak on me. So I'm very limited on my amount of places where I can plug things in until I get my new power strip. So that is why we're kind of sitting in the dark chilling at the moment. So hopefully you can still kind of see me. All right, it's kind of chill. It's like, a little dark atmosphere. It's not bad. Anyway, we've got a lot of things to talk about, dude. First and foremost, I already said that, but first and foremost, thank you guys for being here today. I know it's been a few days since we've done a stream. I took a few days to just kind of recharge and just basically rest up, take a little break from the stream. Thank you guys for understanding, as always. I also have some very, very exciting news, and I will address that once some people get in here. I don't want to do it right now, as people are trying to join and stuff, so I'll save that for a few minutes. But live sign is on. Yes, it is. It is behind me, so it's not a problem. It's got its own outlets. I've got this nifty little, highly recommend these. There we go. It's a nifty little USB box where you can plug multiple things into. Unfortunately, everything that's in front of me is going to have to wait until I get a new power strip. I don't want to chance it and have everything blow up. So, but live sign is on. What's up, Lucy? Hope you're doing great. Double R Gaming, hope you're doing great. Rick, hope you're doing great. Alien Girl, hope you're doing great. Welcome, everyone. Let's do this real quick. Let's send out some notifications, because recently my bot's just been letting me down, dude. Just been letting me down, not sending out my notifications. I'm going to have to figure that out. It used to be on point, not so much anymore. Alright, so we'll send out some notifications over there, and then we'll talk about my exciting news that I have, and then we'll jump into the point of the stream. What's up, 2 Janes? It feels like it's late, dude. It feels like it's late, because as of right now, my sleep schedule is decent, right? I'm going to stop saying it's fixed, because it never stays fixed for long. But as of right now, my sleep schedule is decent. So it feels like it's about 12 a.m. for me, and it's actually only noon. It's going to take some adjusting to get used to that. Sherry, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Sherry? 2 Chains, hope you're doing great, dude. Welcome, everybody. We'll give it another minute or two, and then we'll announce what we need to talk about, and then we'll jump into the point of the stream. Today we're going to be talking about, let me pull up the exact wording, anxiety recovery. Be dedicated, not obsessed. So we're going to talk about a very common pitfall that a lot of people make today. Obsession about recovery itself, right? Obsession about the 2 main keys, you could say. Obsession about the way that you feel. Obsession just about recovery in general. It's like your entire mindset is based on recovery, which, of course, it's good to be dedicated, and that's why I've got that in the title. But we're going to talk about the difference between the two, and hopefully, if you're making any of these mistakes, this will help you out. So let's see here. Hey, how are you? I'm doing good, man. Welcome. How are you? How are you? Spoiler alert, the stream is going to come down to acceptance, as it always does, but we're going to talk about this specific topic today. So we've got a good handful of people in here. Let's go ahead and make our announcement, and then we'll move on to the point of the stream. So if you'll look below me here, you'll see that the roof goal has changed. It has changed. The amount that we're aiming for has changed. It has went down to 5K. Why? Why has this happened? I'll tell you why it's happened. Because number one, I finally got a price. Guess what? They're willing to work with me. They're going to split the roof into 2 jobs. They're going to do one half when I can afford it, and they're going to do the other half when I can afford it. So I'm solely focused on hitting a goal for this one half. I was quoted at $7,000, and you're probably thinking, Wonder Bro, well, that says 5K, not 7,000. I'll tell you why. My uncle has decided to put 2K towards our roof goal. Now that we have a price, this guy says he can get his team out here and fix the worst half of my roof for 7K. So now we got a price. Uncle's putting 2K towards it. That takes us to 5K. That's now our goal, and we're at 3,478 of that 5K goal. If we hit that, including what my uncle's putting in, I can give this guy his 7K and get my worst half of my roof fixed, and we're saved. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. We are saved, right? Of course, in time, I will have to do the other half. We'll start maybe another goal for that in the future, but as of right now, the worst half of the roof was quoted at 7K. 2K from my uncle. That puts us at only needing 5K, dude, and we can get the worst half of my roof fixed. So I am pumped. I am excited, and that's why this total has changed down here. Wanted to explain that. I'm not counting, the 2K that my uncle's put in. We just need to hit 5K here on the channel, and then including what he's got, we got it. So there's my news. Exciting, dude. Exciting. So anyway, thank you guys for so much for helping me get that close to it. I mean, he's booked up. This dude is booked up until like the end of August, so I've still got a few months, right, to hit the roof goal, and that's great, dude. Everything is working out. Everything is just coming along. It's awesome. So anyway, with all that out of the way, in fact, now that is out of the way, I'm just going to make this disappear. We'll just focus on our daily usual stream here. Let's get to the point of today's stream. Anxiety recovery. Be dedicated, not obsessed. So it's understandable that when you learn about the two main keys, right? Okay, when I have intrusive thoughts and symptoms, I need to practice that accepting inner voice, talk myself up and not down instead of fighting and arguing with the thoughts, right? And then I need to live my life. When you first hear about the two main keys, it's understandable that you're a bit obsessed about the two main keys themselves, right? You want this. You want to heal. You want to recover. So, of course, you become a bit obsessed about recovery itself. But as time goes on, I need you to understand something. It's about being dedicated, not obsessed. So every single day, you don't have to wake up and just be totally ruminating in your mind about recovery this, recovery that, what do I do today, and you just go down the rabbit hole about recovery itself. You need to wake up with an attitude of, okay, I know what needs to be done, right? I know what I'm practicing. I'm practicing acceptance. I'm not fighting with my thoughts and feelings. I'm talking myself up and not down, and I'm trying to have a productive day here. It's okay to give yourself that reminder at the beginning of your day and maybe several times throughout your day, right? No big deal. But huge difference in being dedicated and just keeping yourself on track, right? Huge difference between that and being so obsessed that every waking hour, 24 hours a day, you're ruminating about recovery. When am I going to recover? How am I going to recover? Am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? That's just more worry. All we've done at that point is change your worry, and my mic seems a little loud, so I'm going to cut it down just a bit. All we've done at that point is change your worry from whatever, and now you're just worried about recovery. So you're still worried over something, which is what we don't want, right? You're still very much worried over something. So there's a big difference between being dedicated. Okay, I know what needs to be done now. I know that I'm going to accept. I'm going to live my life today. I'm not going to argue with anything, fight with anything. Whatever comes. There's a difference between that and ruminating 24 hours a day about recovery. When am I going to recover? How am I going to recover? Am I doing everything perfect? Am I doing everything right? What's my future going to be like? How much longer do I got to go? Am I doing this correctly? Big difference. And if you continue to worry about recovery itself, you're still just worried. All you've done is exchange one worry for another, and that is not what we want. When we introduced you to acceptance and we introduced you to Claire Weeks and the two keys, when we introduced you to all of this fantastic information, we did not do that with the hopes that you would just become totally obsessed with it and worry about it every single day. You're just exchanging one worry for another, and your nerves are not going to appreciate it, right? Your nerves are not going to appreciate it. Your nerves don't appreciate worry no matter what the worry is about. What you're worried about is irrelevant. It's still worry. It's still second fear, right? And it still has an effect on your nerves. So a lot of people, they say, okay, well, I'm no longer so worried about this or that. I'm just really obsessed about recovery, and I'm ruminating on recovery a lot, really worried about recovery. But that's okay, because that's fine. I get a pass on that one. You don't get a pass on that one, right? If you're ruminating 24 hours a day on any sort of worry, then it still counts as worry. It still counts as not good for your nerves. It still counts as not good for your recovery. So huge, big difference between waking up with a dedicated attitude. Okay, I know what I need to do today. Let's get it. Let's get into it. Let's knock our first behavior off the list. Let's get productive. Let's get going. Whatever comes. Huge difference between that and, oh God, I'm just waking up. How much longer do I got to go through this, man? And let's get the calendar out, and I'm going to count the days. And okay, today is number 1, blah, blah, blah. And let's make sure I do this perfect. What have I done these past few days? Have I been doing it right? Huge difference right? And if you don't understand the difference between the two, a simple way to put it is like this. One is a positive attitude, and one is very much worry and rumination, right? So be dedicated, not obsessed. Your whole entire life does not have to revolve around recovery, just like your entire life does not have to revolve around anxiety. It's okay to get lost. It's okay to lose yourself in the moment. It's okay, and it's actually preferable that in some moments you actually even forget about this recovery crap. Right? Do you get what I'm saying? You're just accepting what comes. You're not fighting with anything. You're not arguing with anything. And you're doing things that you would normally do if you didn't feel so bad. Right? So, huge difference between being dedicated to recovery. And I'm not saying you can never think about recovery again, but you got to do it with just the positive attitude, right? Huge difference between being dedicated to about recovery and being obsessed, right? Negatively obsessed and ruminating about recovery. Any sort of worry, rumination, not worth it. It's not worth it. Your brain is always going to see worry as some sort of threat, some sort of signal of threat or danger. Therefore, it's not worth it. In fact, that's a mantra that I used to love. It's just not worth it, right? If I'm sitting around and I'm ruminating about something, I could easily just remind myself, you know what, it's not worth it. And then go do something productive, right? While you accept what is. Accept what is. Right? Now, you're going to experience ups and downs. You're not going to be perfect. It doesn't just normally happen overnight, right? Acceptance can bring quick relief, but those concrete results come in time. So that's just a few little tidbits to remember there. Be dedicated to your recovery, but don't be obsessed about your recovery to where you're worrying about it all the time and ruminating. Just take each day as its own, one day at a time, right? It's okay to live that way, and it's preferable that you live that way, one day at a time. Wake up each day with the attitude of, okay, I'm going to make the most of today. I know what my goal is, acceptance and be productive, right? Two main keys, accepting inner voice, live your life. I know what my goal is. I'm going to do my best today. I'm not thinking about yesterday. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm not worried about how much longer. I don't have the calendar out. I don't have the pie charts out. I'm not counting how long it's been or how long I think it's going to be. I'm not worried about if I'm doing this perfect or not, right? Perfection's not required. You're not worried about any of that. That's being obsessed about recovery, and it's just not good for you. It's the same as being obsessed about anything else. Not good for you. Wake up with a positive attitude. Take it one day at a time. I'm going to do my best today with whatever I'm given today, and I'm going to try to practice the practice with whatever comes my way today, and I'm going to do my best for today. But I'm not thinking about yesterday, and I'm not thinking about tomorrow, and I'm not obsessed about recovery. Just going to practice the tools that I have today, and I'm not worried about anything else, right? I'm gonna stomp that out. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to catch that and turn that into acceptance today, not so concerned about tomorrow and yesterday. All right, you guys, so big difference there. I hope that makes sense. Wake up each day dedicated to recovery, but don't wake up each day worried about recovery. So with that being said, I love you guys oh so much. Thank you for watching the point of today's stream. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. We're on a 156-day streak on our tip goal, which is just crazy to think about that we're almost at 200 days. Unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. We're going to switch on over to post-stream and read some comments. Post-stream is probably all messed up. Yeah, it's a little messed up. Okay, I should have cleaned all this out last time we were here, but that's okay. There we go. We fixed it. So let's see who we've got in chat today. Lucy, what's up, Lucy? How you doing? Wilder, what's up, dude? D-Block, good to see you, man. Yo, Wonder Bro, respect to you, dude. We've been gaining subscribers, actually, these past 3 or 4 days like crazy, by the way. I'm not sure why, but it's awesome. Thank you guys so much for that. Sherry, it's not that bad. I just think, okay, we got a conversation going on. Sorry, Wonder Bro, I'm listening to you, too. You're good. No worries. From 3 weeks ago, since I've been more... Why am I so sneezy today? More accepting and floating. I'm getting better each day. It's still tough right now, but I'm not fighting and I'm still living. I will get there one day. Absolutely, dude. And the fact that you've made progress in 3 weeks' time is an accomplishment, and you should be proud of that, and you should pat yourself on the back. Don't get so stuck on it and worried about it. Just, okay, 3 weeks, I made this much progress. That's great. That's awesome. Let's get on with today. right? So it's all about not getting too stuck on anything. It's all about not getting too worried or caught in rumination over anything, whether it be symptoms or intrusive thoughts or situations, whatever the case may be. It's all about not getting too stuck on anything and just kind of accepting what is rather than trying to change it, fight with it, argue with it. I accept what is, right, with that accepting inner voice. Sometimes it's very intense, and I understand that, but I'm getting on with my life. I'm living my life while this just kind of happens. I'm teaching my brain that this does not deserve the false alarm, right? So as you're just living your life, right? As you're just living your life and you're accepting what is, you are showing your brain that these things do not deserve an alarm. There's an old cliche saying, there's an old cliche motto that says what you resist persists, and that's exactly what we're here talking about today and in every stream, really. If you fight with a thought, you fight so hard with it and worry about it. Oh God, oh God, oh God. You fight with a symptom, you do the same thing. You're just getting your brain all riled up, right? It's getting excited because you're getting excited, and now it's getting excited, and you're feeding off each other, right? More symptoms, more thoughts, and you keep reacting, and now you're feeding off each other. Somebody's got to give it up at some point, and it's not going to be your brain, I'll tell you that. It's not going to be your anxiety. Somebody's got to step down and give it up at some point and just say, okay, do your thing while I do my thing. And like I said, it's not going to be your brain that does that. It's going to have to be you. So let's see. When we're suffering from anxiety, why we get the extreme, dark, intrusive thoughts coming with strong reactions. A strong reaction comes from the fact that your nerves are tired, so they're on a hair trigger, basically. They're going to react to things even more than they normally would, right? That spooked me. Whew. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will see who that is, and I will read that right after I finish this sentence. So your nerves are on a hair pull trigger, and that's because they're so tired, right? They're so tired from all the worry that you do that they're overreacting to everything, including your own thoughts. So that's where the reaction comes from, right? And the reason you get these thoughts is because your brain is in protection mode, and it wants to send you thoughts that it thinks might be a real problem or real danger. Right? And if you worry about them, then it'll assume that they are a real problem and a real danger, and it'll keep doing that to protect you. So it's sending you these thoughts because it knows that it might get you to fight or flee that way, and it knows that it might get you out of danger that way. You got to prove to your brain, hey, thanks for these weird, odd, dark thoughts and suggestions, but I'm good. I'm not going to worry about that. Like, we're good. You prove that to your brain, it'll stop sending these false alarms, right? That means accepting the thoughts and feelings with that accepting inner voice and living your life. The two main keys. You are demonstrating through your behaviors that all is well, and you are no longer adding gas to the fire mentally. That is why the two main keys are what they are. So, whew, that was a mouthful. Kate, thank you so much for the $10 tip, Kate. I appreciate you. First tip of the stream. We are on a 156-day streak. Can we show Kate some love in the chat, guys? I really appreciate you, Kate. Thank you so much for that. I've missed you guys, man. I've missed you guys. I know it's only been, like 2 or 3 days, but I always miss you guys. Thank you so much again, Kate. I appreciate you. Show her some love, guys. Let's get some emojis going. Get some emojis. Let's see. It's been a minute since we've been here. Let's show all the love in the world. Well, look who it is live. It's the legend, the Wonder Bro. Well, look who it is here watching the legend Ghost. What's up, dude? Click like and subscribe. Free advice for recovery that works. 2 keys. Appreciate you, Sanchez. Thank you, dude. Thank you, Wonder Bro, for your kindness. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. There's a lot of support out there. There should be more, but in my opinion, but there is a lot of different outlets and support out there that you could choose from, and the fact that you're here and you've chosen me is very flattering, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. And again, guys, thank you so much for the whole roof goal thing. I don't want to talk about it too much this stream because we're just coming back, and I just want to focus in the moment here, but thank you so much for that. The fact that we are so close, we need like 1,500 and we'll have half of my roof fixed, which by the way is just a blessing that he's willing to do it in 2 halves. That is so awesome. But the fact that we only need like 1,500 and half of my roof will be fixed is just amazing and awesome, and I didn't think at first that it would be possible, but thank you guys so much for that. Moving on, I don't want to get caught on that today. It's our first day back here after a few days. So, Gustavo, what is up, dude? I hope you're doing good, man. Check in. Let me know how you been. Spam those emojis. Thank you so much again, Kate. I appreciate you. All right, so while we've got a break in questions, I'm going to drop a few links for anyone who's interested in all that good stuff. Link number 1, link uno, That's right, Uno. Coming in. Here we go. There you go. Anyone interested in joining us over there? We got an awesome community over there. One more link coming in after that. If I can get it pulled up. Let's see. There we go. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay. We got it. Asen, what's up, dude? Lucy, same with my mom's parents in their 60s. Greetings, Chris. Long time no see. I listened and liked all streams, but haven't caught a live in months. Well, welcome, dude. I know that the streaming schedule is never solid. I understand. It probably never will be solid, but yeah, so you, due to time zones and stuff, you probably haven't been able to catch us live as often because we've been really late recently. But for right now, we are probably back to day streams, at least until my sleep gets screwed up again. So maybe you can start catching them live again, but I appreciate you for being here. Still more work to do, but making progress. That's what I like to hear, Gustavo. You got to keep that attitude, dude. You got to keep that attitude. Sorry again, Wonder Bro. Don't mean to be rude chatting with Sherry. I didn't plan it, but chatting with Sherry is practicing the live your life key. You're not rude chatting, right? You feel free to keep chatting. You feel free to keep chatting. It is not a problem. I would prefer you guys chat, get to know each other. Maddie, what's up, Maddie? Welcome. How you doing? Let's get us some music going. How did we forget that? How did we forget that?
Donation.
Wilder, dude. Wilder, thank you so much, dude, with the $10 tip. Says, thank you for getting me through tough times as always. Dude, thank you for being here and supporting the channel, man, and thank you for the $10 tip. Really appreciate you. Show some love in the chat to Kate and Wilder, taking us to 20 today. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. It's been a good day, man. It's been a good day. And I'm happy to be able to share it with you guys. So thank you so much, Kate, and thank you so much, Wilder. Appreciate you. Show them some love in the chat. I want to see the emojis. Let's see them. And while you guys are spamming the emojis, we're going to pull up some music. I want to do Miami Vice, but we've been playing that a lot recently. So let's try something a bit different. Here's one we don't normally click on. We'll give that a go. Ooh, a little loud. That's okay. Turn that down a bit. All right, there we go. This is like some, it's giving me like some coffee shop vibes or something. I don't know. I like it. It's good. Congratulations about your roof. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so fortunate that he decided that he could do it in 2 halves. So that takes us to only needing about 1,500 and we'll hit roof goal, which is just unbelievable. And I'll have half of my roof done. In the future, we'll probably work on trying to get the other half done, but 1 half at a time, right? 1 half at a time, 1 day at a time. Amanda, what's up, Amanda? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I am here to answer any of your burning questions.
Donation.
Ghosts? Ghost? Question mark? Ghost? Question mark? Making it rain? Alright, we'll give all the credit to my boy Ghosty with the $10 tip. Thank you so much, Ghost. Appreciate you. Hey, show some love in the chat, guys, to Ghost, Kate, and Wilder. Thank you guys so much. We are at 30 of 50 on a 156-day streak. Love you guys, man. Every time I come back from a little bit of a break, I'm reminded about why I love to be here. You guys are awesome. I enjoy hearing from you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. This must be a big weight off your shoulders. It is. It really is. Like I said, it's half, right? It's not the full thing. That's okay. Do the worst half first, right? Like, that's the biggest of my issues right now. So do the worst half, get that out of the way, and then we'll figure out the other half. I'm sure we'll get it done in the end, but hey, half of it done, almost close, so close to having half of it done. It's a tremendous weight off my shoulders, and it wouldn't have been possible without you guys. So I appreciate you oh so much. Oh so much. Nah, not me. Hell nah. Well, I mean, it says Ghost, so you're getting all the credit. You're getting all the credit. I don't know what to tell you. I read them. I read them as they come. All right, I read them as they come. So you're getting all the credit on this one. Ghost with the $10 tip. It's all you, all you, all you, baby, all you. I'm broke. Hey, we give full credit to whatever the name says, right? But thank you guys so much, Ghost, Kate, and Wilder. Appreciate you. Past week has been a pretty tremendous growth in subs also, which is, I don't know where that came from, but it's great, man. It's great. So if you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you. If you're not new here and you just haven't subscribed, this is your sign to do so. This is your sign. Edward, what's up, Edward? How you doing? Hope you're doing great, dude. Accept it, Ghost. Maddie says accept it, Ghost. Nothing you can do about it. Accept it.
Donation.
Lucy! Lucy! I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Lucy coming in with a $20 tip. That takes us to tip goal. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all of you. Let's show some love in the chat. We have hit tip goal. We are moving on. Almost tongue-tied there, but not quite. Not quite. We are moving on to 157 day streak. I think that's right. 157 day streak. Let's show some love in the chat. We have broken tip goal. We are moving on within the first half hour of the stream. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Kate, Wilder, Ghost, Lucy, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Says, nah, Maddie, I can't accept this one. Maybe it's another Ghost. All right, we'll give credit to whoever wants to take credit, but their name has to be Ghost. Thank you so much again, Lucy. Show some love, guys. 157 day streak. I love you oh so much. Oh so much. Thank you, thank you. I'm very appreciative for you guys. Thank you, thank you. Love ya. I was so happy when I subscribed to your channel. Wonder Bro changed my life. Listen to Wonder Bro and subscribe. Thank you so much for that, Edward. I appreciate you, dude. You're always saying such kind things that just melt my heart. I appreciate you. No sarcasm either. The nice comments that you always send are very heartwarming. I appreciate you, Edward. Thank you. Yes, another Ghost, a cooler Ghost. Well, whoever it is, the credit goes to someone named Ghost. So, thank you for all your help. Appreciate you, Lucy, and thank you for being such a big supporter here on the channel. You've always been a big supporter here. Thank you for that. Good vibes today, man. Good vibes. I can feel them. Can you guys feel them? I can feel them. We've got good vibes today. It's a rainy day here. It's a cloudy, rainy day here. We're halfway through the stream and the internet has not went out, so it's good. It's all good. Maybe I just jinxed it. I don't know. Hopefully not, but it's a good day. It is a good day. We gotta do a garden update. We gotta do another garden update like as soon as possible because it's crazy out there. I don't know what else to say. I feel like it's growing an inch or two a day out there. So maybe if there's enough, if the weather permits and it's not pouring the rain later, I'll go out there and see if we can do another garden update. I'm telling you, it feels like it's about 12 or 1 in the morning right now, mentally for me. Not because I'm tired, not because I'm exhausted, but because I'm not used to this. I've been on the night schedule for so long that mentally my brain keeps misfiring, thinking that it's like midnight when really it's only noon. Like I was getting ready to say, we can't do a garden update because it's too dark outside and it's only noon. So my brain is not there. It's not caught up with my new schedule yet. How's the garden with all the rain? I mean, it's thriving, dude. It's thriving. Back in action. Yes, we are. We are here. We are here. There's only one ghost, and he's the best. I agree with you, Maddie. I wish Ghost would agree with us on that, but he's being stubborn. He's being stubborn today. Getting loads of cucumbers and pumpkins growing. It's crazy. I wish I wouldn't have watered everything the other day because I didn't know we were about to have 2 days full of rain. I should check. I should get used to checking the forecast now that I do gardening. That should be a thing, right? I feel like that should be a thing for anyone who does gardens. Get used to checking the forecast. I should have, and if I would have, I wouldn't have watered everything yesterday. But here we are. We'll just have to deal with it. What's up, Joyce? Welcome to the stream. I think you just got here, right? Lost mom 2 years ago during a tragic event. A year later, lost her cat who's helped take care of mom under tragic circumstances. So hard to get over. With anxiety screaming those memories. Any advice? So a lot of times people tend to treat memories or thoughts about real events as something different than intrusive thoughts or thoughts that are what ifs, right? People tend to make the mistake of treating thoughts that are, like I said, memories or about real events as different than intrusive thoughts, and there's really no difference, right? Your brain is throwing thoughts your way, whether those thoughts are based on some sort of reality or something that you've actually been through, or whether those thoughts are based on total unreality and a big what if. Doesn't matter. A thought is still a thought, right? People tend to give more credit to the ones that come in the form of memory, but a thought is still a thought. An intrusive thought is still a thought, and what you give power to has power over you. So if you don't necessarily care too much for a certain feeling, I'm not comfortable with this feeling. If you don't necessarily care too much for a certain thought, I'm not comfortable with this thought, right? The worst thing you can do is try to push it away, which seems ironic. If I don't like something, I should try to push it away, right? Like, that makes sense. And I guess it seems like it makes sense, but as far as the brain is concerned, if you want something to leave you alone, you have to embrace it. You have to accept it. You have to, we've said this before in the past, feel it to heal it, right? You have to feel it to heal it. So ironically, no. If you don't like a certain thought or a certain feeling, the advice is not to try to push it away. That seems natural, but really, if you want something to leave you alone, you don't resist it. What you resist persists, right? We're pulling out all the cliche quotes today. So when you have a thought, you would treat it the same, even if it's a thought about the past. You would treat it the same as any other thought, and you would accept the feeling that thought brings, right? That thought brought, and you would accept the thought itself. You wouldn't get into an argument with it. You would just give yourself some accepting, encouraging words, right? So you have the thought, you have the feeling, but you've got the accepting inner voice. Okay, I'm going to ride this wave, right? Okay, this is temporary. This is, whatever you want to tell yourself. Try to keep it short, sweet, and simple. That's usually best. That way you don't turn it into a fight. Just keep the accepting inner voice. Accept whatever thought is there. Accept whatever feeling is there. And I know they can be very uncomfortable at times and very intense too, right? But it's never a good idea to try to push it away, even if it's a thought about the past. So you accept that it's there. You accept that it came. You accept the feeling that comes with it. You accept it all. And you encourage yourself and you talk yourself up and not down. And you let it play out. You let it burn out. It's back to the whole analogy that we make about the fire. You can't have the uncomfortable fire, which is your thought about your past or your mom or whatever, and the feeling that comes with that. You can't have that uncomfortable fire there and try to push it away and throw more gas on it and expect it to burn out. It's only going to get hotter if you do that. You accept that the fire is there and there's not a whole lot you can do about it, but that takes the edge off right there. That takes the edge off right there, and you let the fire burn out naturally, right? And the more you practice this, the easier it is for you to do this. And then you're not so worked up over every inconvenience. You're not so worked up over every feeling, over every thought, because you know that no matter what thought comes or what feeling comes, as long as you embrace it and just move on with your day while you accept and feel it to heal it, you know that it'll burn out eventually. And knowing that it will burn out eventually gives you the comfort and the confidence to just let it do that, to just let it do just that, right? But you got to prove to yourself that that works. You got to prove to yourself that that is the way to go about it by practicing this advice, right? So again, it's only natural that you would want to push away something that makes you uncomfortable mentally and physically. But the more you push away, the more you just aggravate the nervous system, the more you just aggravate the brain, and the more intense it seems to become. So really, you don't go around anything. You go right through it. Maddie, again, Maddie, thank you so much. Appreciate you. $10 tip, appreciate you. And I gave it away there. I said Maddie again. No, that was Ghost earlier, and now's Maddie. Thank you, Maddie, with the $10 tip. Says thank you, Wonder Bro. I appreciate you so much. We are not only at tip goal, we have broken tip goal. Thanks to Maddie. Show her some love in the chat, guys. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Maddie. Appreciate you. So let's see here. I didn't miss anything in chat, but I'm gonna make sure. We're gonna scroll up just a little bit. I got Nova laying beside me here, and she is jerking all my cords off the wall. She doesn't mean to, but she definitely is. She definitely is. I know you think you're a lap dog, right? I realize that. But you're not. You're really not. Perfect advice. I hope somebody benefits from it. It's super easy to sit here and watch the streams and take it in, right? Like, that's super easy to do. The practice part, though, is a little bit more difficult. So as Joyce, or, just for example, or Maddie or Lucy or Kate or Sanchez or whoever is sitting there, it's easy to take the advice in, but when it's game time, right? and that's the fun part. I say that sarcastically. That's the fun part. I've heard it compared to sitting in a fire many, many times, and it's so true. You sit in that fire, and it's not a comfortable experience, right? I think everybody can agree that sitting in a fire would not be a comfortable experience. But you sit in the fire, and you remember what Wonder Bro said, or what this guy said, or that guy said about sitting in the fire, and you let it burn. Right? You let it burn, and you're practicing not adding to it. You're practicing not getting worked up about it. You're practicing reminding yourself, hey, just let it happen. Right? Maybe you got to repeat that to yourself a few times. Just let it happen. Right? And then you're slowly getting back into life. You're doing other things while you're just letting the fire kind of burn out in the background. That's the fun part, quote unquote, air quotes here. That's the fun part. And that's the practice part. So super easy to sit and take in the advice. Not so easy when you're in the heat of the moment with it, and you got to practice not freaking out. That's a simple way to put it. Don't freak out. Allow the fire to burn, right? Allow the fire to burn, and it'll lose importance, and the trigger will lose its trigger, and then sensitized nerves will become desensitized, and this whole journey, guys. Whether we're talking about thoughts about the future, the past, or what ifs, or whatever your intrusive thoughts are about, or whatever your anxiety symptoms are, or whatever your triggers are, this whole journey is going to come down to that. Can you practice letting the fire burn, no matter how uncomfortable it is? And believe me, I know how uncomfortable it can be. Can you practice letting the fire burn without adding to it in the form of freaking out, basically, right? Dr. Claire Weeks, Second Fear. Sanchez, dude, I know what that means, right? I can do that basic math. Look, I know that 60 plus 9 equals 69. Thank you so much. Soccer Mom, thank you so much. Let's see. Thank you so much. We'll leave the 69 up there for just a bit. That way Sanchez can have its moment. Thank you again for that, dude. We've got a question in the tip note from Soccer Mom. Thank you for the $10 tip. It's like it's not wanting to... Okay, there we go. We got it. Wonder Bro, in a previous video, you said to feel panic, feel the anxiety, feel the pain. Don't try to ignore it. But how do you not ignore it, feel all the pain, and still life? It hurts so much. So how do you not ignore it? Well, ignoring it is not really a possibility anyway, right? Ignoring it is not really a possibility anyway. So a lot of people will go around saying, well, I'm just going to continue to ignore this thing. You're not really ignoring it anyway, are you? Because you're very aware of it, right? You're very aware of it. Whether you think you're quote unquote ignoring it or not, you're still aware of it. We want you to get aware of it in the right way. That's the only difference. So ignoring it's not really a possibility anyway. Because if ignoring it was a possibility, you wouldn't be here on this channel. Obviously, you can't ignore it because you're here. So that's not really a possibility anyway. So we want you to ignore it in an accepting way. And I don't use the term ignore because ignore kind of makes people think, okay, well, don't feel this, don't feel this. No, you're going to feel it regardless. Ignore is not really a possibility. We want you to ignore it in an accepting way, which means you are going to be aware of it, but we want you to be aware of it in the right way. So you ask, how do you do that? Feel all the pain and still live life, the anxiety and this, that, and the other. You change your relationship towards it. It's not about trying to get it to go away or ignore it or, blah, 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 blah. You change your relationship towards it. All of this advice, everything that we talk about on stream comes down to just changing your relationship towards anxiety. That's all you're doing. You are changing your relationship towards anxiety. So the next time you feel a ton of anxiety, you don't go straight to thinking, all the pain and all the suffering and how do I ignore or how do I not ignore all the pain and suffering and the heartache and this is a horrible abusive relationship that you have with your own anxiety, right? So it's not about ignoring, it's about changing your relationship to it to an accepting one, which this takes time and this takes practice. So when the anxiety is there, you don't go straight to all that negative stuff. You instead say, okay, perfect opportunity to practice my accepting inner voice. And you talk yourself up and not down, and you say, okay, I'm going to see this right through. I'm going to let this happen. I know the real me. I know this is a trick. This is a bluff. Right? You're changing your relationship towards your anxiety with what you tell yourself about it. So the question isn't, how do I embrace it and feel all the pain and the frustration and the anxiety and still live my life? We're already off at a wrong start here, right? And I'm glad that you are asking the question, how do I still live my life? But you got to understand, the point is, we don't go straight to thinking, well, how do I live my life with all this pain and anxiety and frustration? Already we're off on the wrong foot here. We should be saying, right, I'm going to live my life because I know this is just a bluff. This is a trick. It's uncomfortable, but I can handle it. It's uncomfortable, but I'm going to see it right through. Do you see the difference in tone of voice there, right? So good question, but the answer to that question is going to come down to you changing the question. The question should say, right, this is uncomfortable, and this is, I know it's not the real me, it's a trick, this is a bluff. How do I still live my life? That's the question you should be asking, and the answer would be acceptance, right? But just by telling yourself so many negative things about anxiety, we're already off to the wrong start here. How can I expect you to accept something when you have so many negative beliefs about it? How can I expect you to accept something and continue living your life when you have so many negative second fear thoughts about it that you're adding to it? How can I expect you to use the advice and live your life if you have so many second fear beliefs about the thing that I'm trying to get you to accept? So we must work on the inner voice, right? So the accepting inner voice and live your life. That's the answer to your question. The accepting inner voice needs to be practiced along with living your life, right? So you got half of it right. You do need to live your life, yes, but you also need to be practicing that accepting inner voice. You also need to be practicing that accepting inner voice. So thank you so much for the $10 tip, and thank you for the question. I really appreciate you. Let's add that now to the tip goal. I think we gave Sanchez a long enough moment. He's had his moment of glory with the 69. So let's add that to the tip goal. Wow, thank you guys. We are at 79 today. That is unbelievable. Thank you for the high tip goal. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. Another gaming stream. I'm not sure. I love doing my gaming streams at night, but I don't think we're going to be up late nights anymore. I don't think we're going to be doing the night owl thing, at least until I screw my sleep up again, and then we might. Not saying we can't have gaming streams during the day, but I am going to go work in the garden and do a few things. I am going to try to get a few things done since I'm actually up and awake at a normal hour like a normal human being today. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys so much. Let's go through the long list of names again. Soccer Mom, Sanchez, Lucy, Maddie, Wilder, Ghost, Kate. So many names today. MVPs. Thank you guys so much for the tips. I appreciate you. I feel like that was an extremely long answer to Soccer Mom's question. But at the same time, that was a very valuable question. So I just wanted to point that out, because a lot of people do ask questions and they don't realize that the negative second fear inner voice is still very much a part of who they are, and it needs to be worked on, right? And you can see the second fear negative inner voice in the question, right? You can see it in the question. So, it's all about changing your relationship towards that anxiety. It's all about trying to see it in a different way and trying to have a different perspective about it. Because how can I expect you to accept something if you're still seeing this thing as a monster and you're not working on what you tell yourself about it, right? And I'm not saying you're doing that, Soccer Mom, but I'm trying to point that out as a whole. How can I expect you to live your life, which is part of the advice, if you don't have the accepting inner voice part? That's why you've got to have both parts. 2 keys. Extremely difficult to continue living your life, isn't it, if you don't have the accepting inner voice, because then you're doing what we call white knuckling it. You are just white knuckling it through your life and trying to live your life whole time, still scaring the crap out of yourself. Not just the anxiety that you can't control, but you're scaring the crap out of yourself with all the extra that you're adding in the form of second fear. So can't expect you to live your life, which is half of the equation, if you're not doing the other half of the equation, which is the accepting inner voice, right? No longer fighting with thoughts and feelings, no longer adding the worry. So got to have both of the 2 main keys. They bounce off of each other, and they're both very much needed. All right, let's see here. I'm going to share those links again, because I always forget to share my links. So now that it's on my mind, if anyone wants to join us over on the Discord server, there's the link right there if you'd like to do that. Awesome community over there. Tons of good people, great people. Drop one more link. And yeah, if anybody's got any questions, we got roughly 10 minutes or so. Feel free to ask your questions. It's been a great stream today. We'll see if anybody's got any questions. If not, we'll start to wind this one up. But thank you guys so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. It feels good to be back. The break was very much needed, and it felt good to be able to recharge a little bit. It always feels good to take a little bit of a break, right? But coming back always feels better. So thank you. I needed that long answer. Absolutely. 2 main keys for a reason. I say it all the time. 2 main keys for a reason. I can't expect you to live your life, which is part of the 2 main keys, but I can't expect you to do that if you don't have the accepting inner voice part, because that's asking you to do the impossible. I can't ask you to live your life and try to have productive days if you're scaring yourself the whole time with negative inner voice and second fear, right? Same thing. Worry, second fear, negative inner voice, all the same thing. I can't expect you to do the live your life part of the equation if you're just scaring the crap out of yourself all day long with your inner voice, right? And that's why you've got to have both of the 2 main keys, and that's why I say that all the time. 2 main keys for a reason. A lot of people do live their life without the accepting inner voice practice. And what do we call that? We call that white knuckling it. We call that just grinning and bearing it and trying to get through it the best you can. We call that suffering. We call that the reason you're still in the cycle. Some people you meet, they're not living their life or using the accepting inner voice, and that was me for a long time, right? But a lot of the people you meet, they have no choice but to live their life because they got, people to provide for this, that, and the other, which is great. It's actually a blessing that they have to continue living, or they'd probably just get worse. So that's great. So they have no choice but to live their life, but they're not using the accepting inner voice. So they're just white knuckling it through their life, and then they come to me and they say, why am I not getting better? I do live my life. And I say, well, have you heard that we've got 2 keys here? And they're like, yeah, but I do live my life. I'm like, okay, are you using both of the 2 main keys? No, well, no, but I do live my life. Well, we've got 2 keys for a reason, right? You're white knuckling it through your life, scaring the crap out of yourself every day. That's only going to take you so far. You got to stop adding the fuel to the fire mentally too. That way we tackle both things here. We're tackling the mental side of things, adding the fuel to the fire. We're tackling that with the accepting inner voice, and we're going to continue living. That's the good behaviors, right? So 2 main keys for a reason. 2 main keys for a reason. But that was an excellent question, and I'm glad you asked that. In fact, I don't know, maybe one day we'll do a stream on that all by itself. Very important. Very, very important. I'd planned to talk about that actual specific topic anyway at some point, so. Hey, Wonder Bros, sometimes I feel like going crazy and out of control. It really scared the heck out of me, but trying to stay present. Well, obviously you're not going crazy or losing control or you wouldn't be here, right? So that's a bluff. That's a lie. Gustavo, dude. Thank you so much. Man, are you kidding? $50 tip right near the end of the stream from Gustavo, my boy. Show him some love in the chat. I'm going to finish answering this question so he doesn't think I'm ignoring him here. I would never do that. So I'm going to finish reading that, and then I'll read your tip note. Let's see. Where was I? Out of control. It really scared the heck out of me, but trying to stay present. Like I was saying, you're obviously not losing control or going crazy, or you wouldn't be here asking that question now. It's a bluff. It's a lie. And in fact, next time that you start to worry about it, you can simply remind yourself that it's a bluff. That could be your accepting inner voice. You could tell yourself, well, Wonder Bro had the same fear, and that never happened, right? You can tell yourself something short, sweet, and simple. Maybe you like the aggressive approach, maybe you don't. I don't care. You find your own accepting inner voice. Do some soul searching. Figure out what your accepting inner voice, is. Figure out what works for you. Apply that and keep living your life. 2 main keys for a reason. Gustavo, your tip note. I'm so glad I made time for this. It says Fat Boy Fun. Well, thank you, Gustavo. Thank you. I appreciate you, and that is going to the Fat Boy Fund, actually, because I was just sitting here thinking to myself, you know what? I am very much hungry, and I want to have some lunch, and so you're not wrong. Your tip note is not wrong at all. That is going towards the Fat Boy Fund. I mean, you're 100% accurate on that. So thank you for that. Hey, but speaking of Fat Boy Funds, the fact that I can't really have cheese anymore or dairy in general, I'm probably not going to be a fat boy for much longer, and I say that with a heavy heart, and that's very sad, and I want to continue to be a fat boy. I love being a fat boy, but with no dairy, I don't think I'm going to be a fat boy for much longer, and it's very, very sad. So it's unfortunate. You will always be my boy, Chris. Gustavo, I love you, dude. Love you, man. Love you. Thank you so much for the $50 tip. That's a pretty big amount, dude. Thank you. Thank you. So let's go through the long list of names once again, because there's just been so many today, so much support today. So Gustavo, Soccer Mom, Sanchez, Maddie, Lucy, Ghost, Wilder, Kate. I can almost not say that all in one breath. Thank you guys so much. So much support today. I appreciate you. I love you. You are the best. Thank you. Ghost, Maddie, Sanchez, Kate, Gustavo, everybody that's still in here, thank you guys so much for watching. We're approaching that 1 hour mark. If you did enjoy today's stream, make sure you leave that big thumbs up. I'm telling you guys, right, I wanted to make this point earlier and it slipped my mind. I forgot. We've been pushing channel interaction here recently, right? Like we've been saying, hey, like the videos, comment on the videos. We've been pushing that pretty heavy, me and the admins here recently. It works. Right, I checked my subs today, and we have gained more subs in this month than we have in any other month for quite a while. I think it was like 6-7 months or something. It works. The fact that you guys are interacting with the videos, the shorts, the likes, the comments, whatever, even if you just comment some random emojis, you're bored or something, right? It works. We have gained more subs this month since we've been pushing channel interaction than we have in like 6 or 7 months. We are reaching more people that need this advice, that have nowhere else to turn, and they don't have money to buy these bullshit programs. We're reaching these people through the channel interaction. So the proof is right there. Every like counts, every comment counts. Thank you guys so much. Let's keep doing that. Let's keep growing. We're almost at 11K subs, and we're going to try to keep putting a dent in the amount of suffering in this world. But thank you guys so much. What a great stream today. I have been accidentally cutting off the end of my streams because I've not been doing the ending screen. Maddie pointed that out to me. So today we're going to make sure to do that. Here's our song. Thank you guys. Again, so much for everything. The roof goal is so close. We're 1,500 away. And I believe that's it. I believe that's it. Yep, that's it, I believe. I love you guys. Until next time, as always, stay awesome.
whatever you want, I'll be whatever you want. Just tell me you love me or not, whatever it costs. I know I'm talking a lot, there's something I gotta get off. Don't wanna be this no more, I don't wanna drink no more. Always gotta do the most, thinking that I'm insecure. Really should've listened more, but I don't, of course. I'm an asshole, I'm a good guy, I'm your best friend, I'm the worst type. Tell you everything that you heard right, just so I can fuck on the first night. Feel like I'm losing hope, running from coast to coast. I don't know where to go, this all I've ever known. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No, did it die? Wait, did it die? Wait, did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Won't die. Did it die? Wait, did it die? Wait, did it die? My aunt think I'm perfect, I know I'm not. My mama be worried, I told her stop. They know I did drugs and think that I'm off. Little do they know I never could stop. My manager hate when I'm pulling up late. Back on my bullshit, she think it's a phase. I got relations I gotta maintain. I'm two different people, my side and my main. Yeah, I'm sober, I'm an addict, I'm a lowlife, I got habits, but I refuse to be average. Really so tired of acting, don't know what I miss no more. Too bad you don't hit me more. I'm bad when I get too bored, careful what you wishing for. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold